5-spice pork with rhubarb glaze. We're starting in a Dutch oven with some canola oil, and we're using country style ribs that we're seasoning and then adding to the pan. They sell these as country style ribs, but this bone is the shoulder blade telling me this is pork butt. And we're also going to impart flavor with whole cloves of garlic now. As you're searing, try not to burn your garlic, but if you do burn it, take it out. It smells like garlic, but we need a little wine, Shaoxing cooking wine, and water. We need liquid to braise. A piece of parchment paper will limit evaporation, and a lid that's going into a 300-degree oven to get tender. These ribs are getting tang from a vegetable, rhubarb. It's often confused as a fruit because it's used in pies, but it's not, it's a vegetable. And you can use it in savory dishes too. But before we add our vegetables, we gotta bloom some ginger and garlic first. I just love the smell of garlic and ginger. Now you can add your vegetables. But rhubarb is a little tangy, so it's gonna need some sugar. And a touch of soy sauce instead of salt. We need this to break down a little. This sweet needs spice, including star anise, clove, Szechuan peppercorn, cinnamon, and fennel seed, which we're adding to a bouquet garni and tying that up so everybody stays together. You could use 5-spice powder, but that would make the sauce muddy, and I prefer to keep it clean. Add your bouquet garni to the side of the pan, stuff it in real good, cover with water, and let that fruit break down and those spices steep. An hour later, you can tell that pork is tender. Yeah, that's beautiful. We don't want to lose all that flavor. So we're going to add it to our glaze. Those spices have given all they're going to give. And you could leave it as is. But I prefer it smooth and red. So I'm adding beet powder and smooth. Now it's delicious and it looks pretty. For the last step, add your meat back to the Dutch oven and pour over some of that glaze, but reserve some of it for later. You don't want it swimming, and we want to glaze it. And that's going back in the oven, this time uncovered. And every 15 minutes or so, pull those out and hit them with more of that glaze. You want to repeat this process at least 2 or 3 times. The whole idea is to build up a sweet layer of that rhubarb shellac. Yeah, that looks pretty good. I'm serving mine with white rice and chives because they're in season.
That is tender. The fork just smushed it.
So tender.
That 5-spice flavor is amazing. And then with the tangy rhubarb sauce.
You don't even have to chew.
Tender pork bursting with 5-spice flavor and sweet tangy rhubarb. You don't get better than that.
Everything you want out of 5-spice pork plus the tang of rhubarb. Delicious.
Well, done. That's a good one.